挽回八下の咎め
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the podcast. This is your host, Bloodshock, with your co-host.
Seville, you already know. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? You know, I'm getting tired of saying it's been a while, but it really has been. What, like a month now? Oh, man. Life has gotten away from us. But that's what happens when you grow up, right? Or so they say.
I'd like to restart. New game, please.
Honestly, I'm not a fan. This thing called adulting, it's not fun. Don't like it. 0 out of 10. Wouldn't recommend.
How I get a refund?
Man, honestly, if I could have a refund on my entire adult life, whew, I'd be rich. I'll tell you that right now. Man, so what's up? How you been? What's been going on?
Not much. Still working on the bubble tea store, actually.
Ooh, word. Okay. Business venture things.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Sheesh. Well, that's good news. What time? When y'all think you're gonna launch? Still thinking end of August.
TBD.
TBD. Word.
It be like that
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's honestly that's how it be, man. Honestly, like you have one plan, and then a bunch of things come and hinder it, and next thing you know, your plan goes out the window, and you gotta make a new one.
That and fucking the inflation, bro. It's not
Yep.
fun.
No, sir. No, it is not. But what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? Gotta make do with what you got, right?
Or just go sleep for like a year, then wake up.
Sleep for the year. Yeah, if I could sleep for a year, man, I tell you. Damn. Although these
I
days,
still
man,
wake
it's like
up
I want to
tired.
take a bro. Like everything that happens in this world is making me want to take a permanent nap. Like, damn, piss me off, man. Honestly, a lot of the stuff. But nah, man, glad you guys are doing the shop thing. And speaking of business, quick announcement to make. A lot of
Oh?
y'all don't know, because I've been keeping on the DL, but it's fully fledged, so I might as well. I actually started an IT business for myself, and it's a full MSP, managed service provider, and it's like the full package: hardware, software, cybersecurity, backups, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I've been grinding that out for like 8 months, and I just launched officially, and I just quit my job, my full-time job, to run the business full-time. And honestly, I'm loving it so far. I'm just pressing in fully and doing it the best way I know how. And it's really different being a business owner. A lot of people don't really understand just how different your mind has to be. You have to do a full mental shift, you know what I mean, to be able to do something such as a business.
Tell me
It's
about
not
it.
just facts. Like, it's not just oh, maybe one day I'll do this and do that or whatever, and something no, it's like you gotta be fully committed 100%. You can't go in with half foot or with 1 foot and expect to make it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go full tilt, and it's a full 180 mentally. Um, but if you do that, the people that can do that, those are the people that run the world. Honestly, as crazy as that sounds, because being an employee can only take you so much. That's something I realized in this life, is you really can't make the money or the opportunities that you really want to in life unless you make them yourself. You can't do that working for somebody else or another company. You can have your promotions, you can have your raises, but you can't really fully progress the way that you want to unless you do it yourself. You're always gonna hit a ceiling at some point. Um, and that's just life. There are a few lucky people that get to be the CEO of a company and then kind of are the head honcho, but 99% of people that go into a company don't end up the CEO. That's just not how that works. You know what I'm saying? Because even if
If
the
anything,
CEO
you're
steps
starting out
down,
as a fucking intern, bro.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Because like that's the thing is like even if the CEO steps down, bro, it's usually like somebody in the family that's gonna be taking over. So like you
Right?
don't really actually have a chance to be CEO. At least not these days. Um,
The only way is
Unless
you're
you do it
gonna
yourself.
do a hostile takeover, but then you need funds and all that shit.
Yeah, you
Good
have to
luck.
like buy the company or whatever, shareholders, this stakeholder. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, it's not serious, man. Like it's the amount of money you spend just to do that. Like you have to first be rich to even do that,
Money
right?
talks, right?
Money talks, bro. So, but uh, but yeah, man, I've been doing that full time, and I'm loving it. Honestly, it's definitely one of the best things I've ever done. One of the best decisions I've ever made. It's very difficult. Don't get me wrong. It's also terrifying because like, I have bills to pay obviously, and I'm out here, I just quit my job, but I have some financial backing, and I have a lot of vendor support and a lot of things behind me that are helping me to push forward, so that I can get the clients that I need, and then just build out the business, because it is, if done right, is a multi-million dollar business waiting to happen. I just have to do it correctly. So it's time to eat, man. It's time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
I
that's the
definitely
thing.
haven't had a hard life, but what's that?
Any business is that it's gonna take like it's gonna be hard the first couple years for any
Yeah, of
business.
course. Yeah,
You just gotta
yeah.
persevere and have patience and
That's
take
it.
your time and do it
That's it.
right.
Yep.
And once you have it set,
Yep.
it's basically gonna be you're set for life. Once you can
Boom.
get it automated the way you want and start
Exactly,
hiring
bro.
more people, right?
Yep.
The
Automation is
moment you start
huge.
hiring more people, it's gonna get easier for you.
Exactly, bro. And that's exactly the plan. Is like build it out the way I want it to for the first like year or two, and then once I have the revenue and the clientele, then I start hiring people, and then it gets to a point where I don't even need to run it anymore. You know what I'm saying? I was in a meeting with one of my vendor managers, and he was saying the ideal CEO of an MSP um, steps back from the business and lets it run itself around 6 or 7 people hired, right? Because you have 1 or 2 people per like team, right? You have your sales, you have your tech, you have your administration, and you have your managers and stuff, and then maybe like a couple contractors and stuff. So you have like 7 to 8 people, and at that point is when the CEO can step back and run it more from the shadows and only step in when absolutely needed. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Um, and that's exactly what the plan is. You know what I'm saying? Like build it, and structure it the way that I want it to go, and then once it's going, and it's it's just trucking along, and it's doing really well, and it has the people, you know, backing it and that are running it, then I can step back and let it do its thing and just grow. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'll ever sell it because I want it to be something that I pass down through my lineage. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be, like royalties that pass through my generation. So it's like recurring, like residual income that just always continues through generations. Um,
Generational
uh,
wealth.
Generational wealth, exactly. Um, but uh, but yeah, man, that's the deal right now, man. And I didn't really have a hard life per se. I had a lot of opportunities, thankfully, because of my parents, positioning themselves and then further me, um, correctly to for so that I have success. So like I don't have like student debt and all that, because they opened up a trust fund when I was younger, and put money in there, or when I was born, I should say, and put money in there. So then that money was what I used to go to college. You know what I'm saying? So they did things very, very smart. But at the same time, we're definitely not rich. My dad makes good money, and my mom makes okay money too. But they're not millionaires, man. We're not rich by any means. We just had opportunities, and my parents made the best of those opportunities. So, you know, that's great. But you know what, man? Like, I want to be financially free, help my parents out, pay off their bills and their debt, and then live the life that myself and my girl want. You know what I mean? And I think there's a huge difference that people need to understand about being financially free and being rich. Um, Being rich is one thing, but it usually ends up to being, you turning into a self-absorbed person. Not everybody. Some people can do it and stay humble, but majority of people that get rich, they turn into a self-absorbed idiot, and they buy stupid things and this and that or whatever, and they waste the money, and it's just not it, right? I don't want to be rich. I want to be financially free. What does that mean? It means I can pay my bills without even looking at the account. It means I can comfortably have money in my savings, and with much more going in every time I get money, right? I get revenue, and then thirdly, comfortably live my life and do the things that I want to do and have fun without having to check my bank account, because like we've all been there, right? You go to a restaurant, the bill comes to like $60, $70, and you're like, ah, shoot, let me check my account. Let me just make sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you probably know that you have the money in there, but you still got to check because you're like, yo, it'd be like that. You know what I'm saying? Inflation, this and that, bills. You make sure no freaking insurance didn't come out, and then all of a sudden you don't have money in your checking account and you forgot about it. Like, things happen. I want to get to a point, and I told my girl this as well, and my parents, I was like, I want to go to a point where it's not that I have thousands or millions of dollars, whatever, put down, but it's like I can buy anything $1,000 or less without looking at my account. Just boom, tap, boom. You know what I'm saying? And not even care, because I know I got an abundance of it to pay off all my bills or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Based on what accounts I have. That's what I'm trying to get to in life. You know what I'm saying? And then the sky's the limit from there. I'm not saying if I don't have the opportunity, if I have the opportunity to be a millionaire or whatever, I'm not going to take it. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that's not like my goal. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, that's their goal. Get rich. Get stinking rich. Buy mansions, buy this, buy that. Bro, for what? Chill.
See, there's a difference between being rich and then spending it dumbly, right?
Exactly, bro.
You need filthy rich as much as you want, but in order to stay rich and filthy rich, you have to learn how to invest.
Exactly.
People are literally buying depreciating assets,
Yeah, bro. Like, bro,
buying things that they couldn't get when they were poor, and that's how they lose their money. And then all their friends and family come asking, right?
Yep. And that's it. It's like, Logic has a really dope saying, or not a saying, but like a dope line in one of his tracks. And I really love it. And it was, I'm trying to paraphrase it, but it's like, his family was like always asking him for money, and he says, I'm not gonna give you money, but I'll give you something worth more, and that's my time. And I love that line. I don't remember exactly what song it's from, but I think it's off Young Sinatra 4. But I love that because it's so true. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get rich or whatever, like rich, say I win the lottery, right, with like $50 million, everybody's gonna come start, asking me. People I've never even talked to in like 20 years, bro. Yo, Nick, how you doing? Like da 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 da. Like, bro, if my family comes and asks for money like that, which I know they would because that's just the way they are. No, I'm not gonna just give them freaking $50,000 each because I have it like that. Because that line of thinking that I have an abundance of it, is how people go broke, because they don't track their money properly. And B, you didn't work for that money. I worked for it. So why would I just give it to you? It's different if it's an emergency and you're gonna lose your house or lose something. Then we can set something up where it's like a loan disbursement where you're obligated to pay me back over time, or something like that. We could come to some agreement, right? If you need the money, I could be like a lender or some type thing. But to just give you like $100K just because I have it like that, No, because what are you gonna do? You're not even gonna appreciate that. You're gonna take that money, you're gonna do the thing that you were supposed to do with it, and then you're gonna buy a bunch of other stuff you don't need. And then guess what? You're gonna go broke again. Like,
See,
I can never understand when people do that.
for cases like that, like if it was
Yeah.
the immediate family, like my like mom or dad, then yeah, all means I'll
Yeah.
give them whatever they would need, right?
Yeah, parents are different.
Extended family is
Yeah,
that
extended families no chill.
if you want something, I'll go and get it for you
Exactly.
rather than
Yep.
giving them the money, right?
Exactly. Because that never works. They always take the money and do whatever they want with it. All right. It's like if you need to make a purchase that's like very very important, or lose something or whatever, you need to pay up that whatever. Okay, cool. I'll go to the bank with you and we'll pay it off together, and then we'll set up a thing so you can pay me back or something. You know what I'm saying? We'll do it together, and I'll watch what the money is going towards. But to just give you 100 G's and let you walk away with it for what? Because I'm rich now? Nah, hell no, man. Especially if I worked for it. It's different if like lottery. Like it would still piss me off, but definitely if I worked for it and then you're asking me for my money, bro.
See?
Miss me with all that, man.
For me
But that's
with
how
that
it
is that I'm willing to give them, let's say 100K,
Yeah.
but if I do give them that 100K, they're cut off,
Oh, that too.
right?
Yeah,
I already
that's a
gave
good way
you
of
your
looking at it.
handout.
Yeah, exactly.
You're done,
So get away. You're done. Yeah. Yeah, that's another way of looking at it too.
right?
Just like,
You already did your part, and then
yeah.
it's up to them and their responsibility to spend how they want. Because
Yeah,
after I
fair
give
enough.
them that, they're done, right?
Yeah, fair enough. But like the thing is like with that, right? It's like if that's the case, you know, it's like you're gonna have all your relatives come and ask you for money, and then you give away all your money, and then you have none. You know what I mean? Like people do that. I know. I've heard
Yeah.
stories of people doing that. They win a $1 million lottery, and then all their family members come and ask them for money, and they give away like 10,000 here, 20,000 there, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, they're broke, and it's like, dude, all you have to do is say no. Say, would you like the money? Cool. Go buy your own lottery ticket and win it yourself. This is for me so that I can pay off my debt, so that I can save, so that I can invest, and then I can help my parents. That's what the money's for. And honestly, like, and everybody always like says like, oh, I would do this and I would do that if I got the lottery winner. No, I can confidently say that if I won a $1 million lottery, just 1 million, okay, I would do everything I just said. I would pay off all my debt. I'd put a bunch in savings. I would pay off my parents' mortgage and stuff and whatever stuff they owe. And then I would either invest all the rest of it, like put it up somewhere, or I would put it towards buying a new house. And then invest the rest after that. That's probably what I would do. But to just waste all of it on vanity, bro. Like, but yeah, you see all these rappers get rich, bro. Like, yo, I'm buy a chain, I'm buy freaking 7 cars, 2 mansions, 5 yachts, bro. For what?
You know why they're doing that, right? Tax
Freaking
evasion.
project. Tax evasion, honestly, facts.
It's because they're
That's
making
true.
so much money, they don't have a way
Yeah.
to watch. You know,
Yeah,
that's
true.
why they're
Actually.
buying things that hold value, like jewelry, or houses, or property, or cars, right?
Yeah, appreciating assets, except for cars. Cars depreciate, but yeah.
Well, if you're buying luxury cars, that's the difference, right?
I mean, no, even those still depreciate. But if you're buying a rare car, that's a different story, because that will appreciate. But yeah,
Well, you've seen the Be Happy green Lambo that
oh
I
yeah,
snapped you, right?
yeah, yeah. That's
It
crazy.
gone up in price almost 40%,
It's disgusting.
and it's
Like,
even
bro.
more now for people who want to buy it now because there's a luxury tax in
Yep.
effect,
Oh my gosh, bro. Just like this JDM tax, I call it. Bro,
right?
it's so crazy because if you think about it, like cars were always depreciating assets. You buy a new car, and then in like 4 years, you sell it for like half the price. That's always how it worked with a car. Always. Bro, cars now out here like appreciating. Like, what do you
Literally.
even mean, bro? What do you mean?
Well, because of the fucking economy, right? Inflation, more people
Yeah,
are coming to
that's
Canada, more immigrants.
yeah,
Like the population increase, there's a boom, right?
yeah,
There's going to be
exactly.
more need for
Yeah,
cars, more
yeah,
property
that's
and
true.
housing.
Yeah, and then more immigrants and stuff coming into Canada as well, which means more and more. It's just crazy. Fair
Like I
enough,
think
but
Canada is bringing in like over another 6 million immigrants or something by
yeah,
2025 or something. Like,
that
bro,
crazy. That bro,
we don't
I'm
even
done.
have enough housing for us. What are you talking about?
Bro, literally, I saw Doug Ford post something on his thing, his Instagram, saying that we need more housing or whatever, and he's gonna work on that. And people in the comments are like, "My brother in Christ, how about you chill on immigrating all these people and take care of the people that are here, because there's so many people that are here don't even have jobs or houses, and then you're trying to bring in more people. Like, what are you doing? Like, okay, fair. You're coming from a war torn country. I get it. You're a war torn what's the word? You're a
Refugee.
refugee, right? You're a refugee. I get it. Okay, you're looking for someone somewhere to call home, and I totally understand that. But like, bro, like at some point you have to send them to somewhere else, bro. The United States is an option as well, right? Uh, I don't know, Asia. Like there's other countries as well that are great. Europe, Britain, like you know what I mean? Like you don't have to necessarily come to Canada. And the thing is, we're pushing for so many immigrants to come here, bro. And I'm like,
For why?
dang, like chill, like why? Like I get it, but damn, bro. Like the one thing I will say is they are eager to work, and that's good, right? Because they're coming from a war-torn country, which means they don't have the opportunities there. But like, there just has to be some kind of regulation. There has to be something because there's no goddamn way, bro. It's too saturated. There's way too many people coming here to Canada, specifically to Ontario, and there's not enough housing. And even when the housing is built, it's dumb expensive because of inflation. It's just a mess. Everything is a mess,
And we
and
don't
it
even have
doesn't
enough
look like it's slowing down.
jobs for
And
our
that's the
own
thing.
Canadian citizens as it is.
That's what people are saying in the comments. Like, bro, we don't even have no jobs for us, let alone people. Oh, and somebody said, uh, what's happening or what happened to her? I think what happened was like, she like got an interview for some job or whatever, and they gave the job to like like one of the, you know, like a brown person, right, like an Indian, and which is fine. I have no issues with that. But she said my problem with that is half of these people don't even speak English, and they're getting these jobs that we're not getting, and we've lived here. You know what I mean? Like, at it's a qualification thing for sure. Like above all else, the qualification thing, and that has to take precedence. But at the same time, these people don't even. Some of them aren't even speaking English.
You know what's crazy about that? The people
Like,
who don't know how to speak English getting hired, they're also
yeah,
getting fucked over because they're not reading their
be,
contract
exactly,
and they're getting underpaid.
exactly. So like on top of all that, they're also being mistreated as well. And so it's like, bro, like what? It's just, it's all a ploy. It's all a ploy. So I don't know, man. It's just something needs to be done, but what really can be done, honestly, at this point, we can't just say no to immigrants. But what I do think we can do is stop inviting them here like crazy. That's what I think. Like if we don't fully open our doors with like you know like wide arms wide open, saying yeah, send me every person on the planet over here. We need to stop doing that. What we
Like
need to start doing is saying, okay, cool, we can accept refugees if they so choose to come here, or we can direct them to another country if they so choose. But let's stop marketing Canada as the place for every refugee on the planet.
like it's fine if it's a refugee, but cap the number of people you're letting in
That's what I'm
and
saying.
having
Until you have the
a list
infrastructure
of
in
people
place
who
to
aren't
support it.
refugees.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like our healthcare system is overrun. Our freaking housing market is completely saturated. Our job market is overrun, bro. Like we don't have the resources to keep up with all these new people coming in, man. We just don't.
Literally.
And it's just getting
Something's
to a
gonna
point
break
where it's
though.
like, bro, there's too many people, bro. In Toronto, you can't drive anywhere, bro. Like I know people that have moved to Toronto and sold their car because they can't even get anywhere because of how busy it is. And I'm starting to see that trend now in Kitchener and Waterloo slowly. It's slowly becoming like that. There's just too many people starting to move here. I'm like, dude, like if you drive down King, bro, it takes like 10 years.
Literally.
Because there's so many people walking or so many people driving. Like, my brother in Christ, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? Ugh, I don't know, man. Look, growth is great. Development is great. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be at a rate that's manageable. It can't just be exponentially insane to the point where you can't, your infrastructure and your society can't even hang on, bro. Like it has to be able to support it. If you're building a building and you're building on the floors above the base, but the base can't support it, what's gonna happen? It's gonna fall through, bro. It's gonna collapse. If the base, the foundation of the building is not sturdy enough and does not have enough resources and everything built in, the building is ultimately gonna fail and it's gonna fall over. It's gonna tumble.
Literally every condo being built right now.
Yeah.
Like they're cutting corners trying to build it as quick as they can, and shit's gonna break, bro.
It is. I don't know, man. Like it's honestly, it's just a matter of time before we all crash and burn. And I mean, we can blame politicians this and blame politicians that and this, that, or whatever. I'm not trying to sit here and play the blame game. I think everybody's made mistakes in life. Nobody's perfect. But what I can say is that how we go forward is all that matters. And what we need to do is we need to regulate the amount of people that are coming in and make sure that our system and our resources can keep up. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I don't know. This is what it is. I'm not no politician, so what do I know, right?
Yeah, but you pay for them.
For damn sure. Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, I think I'm gonna end it there for now. Personally, just wanted to give y'all a little update on what's going on. House of L. I know, you know, you've been doing your own thing with your business, whatever. I've been doing the same. So, you know, hopefully we just, you know, we have success in both of those things, and you know, hopefully you guys are out there praying for us too, because you know we all here trying to eat and trying to get better, and you know, and just have the comfortable lives that we've wanted. So, yeah, that's it for me. That's my little update. We've got some other stuff as well in the tank, but you know, we can save that for another time. But that's it for me. So this has been your host, Bloodshot, with your co-host,
House of L.
Here, and thanks for tuning into the podcast. Yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Later.
If I had $1 million,
If I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you a house.
I would buy you a house.
And if I had $1 million,
If I